up, man? It's nice being home for a show. I can bring them along, so. Love you too. How's everybody doing? We almost don't even need I hadn't been in a church in 10 years. I kind of had religion shoved down my throat as a kid, and it turned me off. And I'm like a lot of y'all probably. I was like a rebellious teenager, and I just didn't like the politics and the theatrics of a lot of churches. They just kind of turned me off to it. And I got to a point in my life where I was too broken to do things by myself, but my ego wouldn't let me accept that maybe the same people that I didn't like in that church, like that they were right about something. And so I kept God out of my life for a long time because I didn't want to admit that those people were right about something, I guess, And I tell you, I attended this service earlier today at Hymnal, sitting over here, they're seriously, as they say, they're all thriller, no filler. Like they really care about the people that are in here, and they care about truth. And love is just something that we're lacking just as a whole in this world right now. And it's just good. It was just good to be a part of that this morning. And I don't know, it's just. Like I said, after 10 years of not being in church, it was good to be back in a real church for once. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, so earlier today, I should show y'all this. I think I still got it in my pocket. So the lady in front of us turned around, and she's real nice, and got to tell us about the church and all this stuff. She said, yeah, you need a little Jesus in your life. They got jokes too, which is pretty funny. So. Can y'all hear me all right if we talk like this? This place was meant for like as a theater room, so I figured the sound drop was pretty good. But use the mic. All right. How about that? Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret. It only leads to evil. For those who are evil will be destroyed, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. A little while, and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright. But their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. Better the little the righteous have than the wealth of many wicked. For the power of the wicked will be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. The blameless spend their days under the Lord's care, and their inheritance will endure forever. In times of disaster, they will not wither. In days of famine, they will enjoy plenty. But the wicked will perish. Though the Lord's enemies are like the flowers of the field, they will be consumed. They will go up in smoke. Well, I was running the story on the guitar is I was running like an Amazon resonator at first that my wife had gotten me for Christmas, and that Gretsch, and it started having issues like at the second show, and Gretsch has like an email, and that's it, and so I couldn't get a hold of anybody to help me fix it, so this guy in Maryland, it's called Beard Guitar, he fixed my Gretsch for me, and then he hooked me up with one of these, so I got two of them now I've been playing. They're great guitars. They're made in America. It's all no import parts or anything like that. So. All right, so we're going to try something real. This whole show is different than anything I've ever done so far. So I'm going to try doing one without any of the house sound, and then we'll start. We'll eventually bring the band out and all that again, but I kind of just wanted to start off slow tonight. So hopefully y'all can hear it in the back.
I got a lot of friends in the audience. Y'all are used to hearing me play this way anyway, so I figured we'd just kind of start off this way, be something cool. Well, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved the wretch like me. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious death and grace appeared in the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, have already come. 'Twas grace hath brought us safe thus far, and grace will lead us home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
All right, now I got to put all this junk in and do it the right way, so. These are real easy to put in backstage, but not once your adrenaline's pumping up on the stage, so y'all just have to hang on a second. Oh, thanks. They pay me by the hour, so I don't. I'd like to introduce Billy Contreras. I don't even need to give this guy an introduction. He already came out here and showed y'all what he's made of. But he played on the record with me in Georgia, which just came out this morning. So right now he plays he plays full time for Ricky Skaggs, if that tells you anything. But we've been blessed enough for him to be willing to fly out for shows now and then when we can get him, and so I tell him all the time, but it really means the world that he's willing to hop on a plane and come fly here to play with a bunch of bozos like us. So. It's funny, one more thing on Billy, too, is I got on YouTube one night because I was trying to show somebody Billy videos because I was bragging on him. And I found this one of him when he's like 10 years old on a talk show. And he's better than all of us even when he was 10 years old. I was like, man. But anyway, he's just a good dude. All these guys are good. You know, hope Joey and Caleb as well. It's been a blessing to have them here. So. In my grand daddy, there's a dusty box of old VCR tapes. In them there's a kid that looks kinda like I did before I made all my mistakes. All of those dark nights, hard fights that he won't win. Those heartaches, mistakes that'll haunt you till the end. Oh, if you just keep on fighting and keep on climbing till you reach that mountain ridge. I bet you $1 when you look down in that holler, you'll be smiling like that damn VCR kid. Well, it's a beautiful world that we're living in, and I'd give all I had just to get it again. Without all the pain, without all the things I've done. And the lines on my face are starting to tell stories of the past that I know so well. The things I'm ashamed of that I've done along the way. All of those dark nights and hard fight that he won't win. All of those dark nights and heartaches that'll haunt you till the end. Oh, if you just keep on fighting, keep on climbing till you reach that mountain ridge. I bet you $1 when you look down in that holler, you'll be smiling like that damn VCR kid. Well, in my grand daddy, there's a dusty box of old VCR tapes. Now, I don't have to introduce, at least I know this fine fella y'all know. Old Joey Davis, stop music. Yeah, and old Caleb Grayson Dillard, can't forget him. So since this is a local show, y'all will like this story. I try not to bore everybody, telling everybody our whole history of how everything happened. But I had met Joey at, what's the name of that restaurant?
Holy Mackerel.
The seafood restaurant. Holy Mackerel. Yeah, that's what you say. And holy mackerel is what you say about 4 hours after you eat the seafood there. But anyway, no comment. It's rough stuff over there, but they had an open mic. Well, they had an open mic over there that I went to that Jeff McGrady put on. And because I knew I put Doggone It out on TikTok, and the A&R people had started calling me. And I'd never played a gig before in my life. And I'm like terrified of crowds and big cities. And like, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I went to this open mic, happened to met Joey there. And we hung out twice on his beanbag chairs in his living room. And we were going to start like playing moose lodges and whatever and bars and all that. And so anyway, I recorded Richmond and it took off. And it was like, it wasn't 3 weeks after we met. I called him and I said, man, I got this gig on Sunday that I really need you to come to. And I think maybe like 1,000 people will show up. It's going to be crazy. And so he listened to all the songs on the way down. And like, we never even got to practice together. And we got out there and played our first show together. And it was 12,000 people. And so 12,000 people plus, I didn't find out till like 5 minutes, 10 minutes in that Jamie Johnson is like squatted over, leaning up against the wall over here too, like eyeing me with that look he's got. And so anyway, we started off kind of just running with this thing. So y'all want to do Will the Circle? Do it just like this if you want. Okay, cool. Go ahead and kick us off if you want. Circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I was standing by my window on a cloud and cold day when I saw that hearse rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Told that undertaker, please drive slow. For this body you are hauling, Lord, I'd hate to see it go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I
up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Granddaddy grew up on dirt floors. The whole county was dirt poor. Mama died when he was 4. What a damn shame. Grew tobacco and raised hogs with 7 youngins and some old dogs. I reckon they was living high on the hog way back in their day. He say you weren't born to just pay bills and die. You weren't born to just pay bills and die. All you need is a dog, a shack, a crick in the back, and a good woman. Oh Lord, you don't need that rich man's gold. Now people walking down Easy Street, acting like they got hot coals under their feet, but they ain't had a day without nothing to eat. You bet the farm on that. You gotta start living off the land, living on love, giving up thanks to the Lord above. 'Cause when they put you down in that cold, dark ground, you're gonna wish you weren't born to just pay bills and die. You weren't born to just pay bills and die. All you need is a dog, a shack, a crick in the back, and a good woman. Oh Lord, you don't need that rich man's gold.
So a lot of y'all in this room know that my name is actually Chris. I started using the name Oliver Anthony for all my music because that was my grandpa's name, and he had just recently passed away, and he's the little guy in front of Mom there. And that picture was taken about 3 months before she died in like the 1940s, something early 40s. Well, anyway, I had to use his name because I was working at this little family-owned building supply place in Chesterfield, and they were real funny about people smoking pot there, and a lot of my early songs talked about that. And I knew if they Googled my name and found it, they were going to kindly ask me to leave and never come back. And I got 3 kids and all that, and I was barely getting by as it was. And so it kind of all worked out. But it's kind of nice now because now it's kind of like it's a way to keep his name going, you know. It's kind of cool, so. So I've been happily married now. Well, I've been married about 8 or 9 years. Happily married, I don't know. I'd have to really give it some thought. No, I'm just kidding. But my wife, she's awesome, but she used to give me crap about I'd write all these songs about my dogs and about being in the woods, and I would never write her a love song. And so I took it upon myself to write the perfect love song, and it's got my dogs right in the title of it, so. It's kind of one of those things, though. There's three of them and 1 of her, so. Honey, you're like the crack of dawn in the dead of spring, when the ground's thawing and the birds are singing. But your wild eyes gets my heart to ringing every time I look. And I don't care when I'm an old man what I've got or where I am, long as you're there holding my hand there. Ain't much else that means a damn. I love you like a good old dog. I love you like muscadine wine. I love you like a mud ball back in high school with all my buddies in the summertime. I'll always love you like a good old dog. Life ain't easy on a boy named Sue, or a man busting his ass making ends do. And I'm sorry sometimes I'm out on you. I thank God that you can give it right back. And honey, I swear there'll come a day before we're holding our hairs gray, when we can pack it on up and move away somewhere in West Virginia, way on up on top of the hill. We won't have nothing but time to kill. I have my hand in yours, and I'll be damn sure to always love you like the crack of dawn in the dead of spring, when the ground's thawing and the birds are singing. Your wild eyes gets my heart to hanging every time I look. And I don't care when I'm an old man what I've got or where I am, long as you're there holding my hand there. Ain't much else that means a damn. I love you like a good old dog. I love you like muscadine wine. I love you like a mud ball back in high school with all my buddies in the summertime. I'll always love you like a good old dog. They're so humble too. I'm over here singing about them and they just they just act like it's all nonchalant, you know? Yeah, they just think it's been some crazy band practices we've been having. We got a lot of people showing up. My poor old wife grabbed a shot box of lead, ran a 410 slug plumb through her head. She said she'd rather be living in hell and with me instead. And I can't find fault in that, 'cause these cobwebs and cocaine are the only things left in my brain. I'm a shoveling coal on the midnight train, heading straight towards the depth of hell. My damn old dog done ran away. Couldn't stand seeing me living life this way. He'll never come home, but that's okay. I can't find fault in that, 'cause these cobwebs and cocaine are the only thing left in my brain. I'm a shoveling coal on the midnight train, heading straight towards the depth of hell. Oh Lord, won't you save my soul? All right, this is the part of the show where I always embarrass myself because my paper planes make it like I might be able to just hand it to that guy and be happy, but there was this real nice lady at the Ryman who she gave me this whole big box of paper and a how to fold paper planes book. And she's like really sweet. She's 60 or 70 years old, and she said, "I really like your music, but your paper planes suck," in all capital letters. So whenever I get some free time, that's definitely going to be the first thing I do is And, you know, we were talking about this a while back, but we made a good point. Like, Snoop Dogg's got a guy that rolls his joints for him, so I could hire a guy to fold my paper planes for me. All right, nobody look. Nice. So like 3 days after Richmond blew up, I went and told my boss that I was quitting my job, and he hadn't even heard the song, or I don't think he even knew that I wrote songs, because I kind of kept it a secret from everybody I worked with. And so anyway, what nobody told me though is it takes like 120 days to start getting paid off of like Spotify and stuff. So we had a little bit of money saved up, but not much. And so I can remember we did, like, the first 3 shows we did were free. And then, so we didn't really have any money coming in. And all these, like, people from Nashville were, like, throwing all kinds of crazy amount of money at me to sign something. And I remember one guy, I want to say I had, like, about $500 in my checking account. It was less money than what I needed to pay all my bills that month. And he like had a check written out for like $2 million. And man, you want to talk about some poker face? Like, I was like, no, dude, I don't need that. I'm good. But it all worked out, and it just makes this next song mean that much more to me. So.
Well, I ain't got a dollar, but I don't need a dime. I've got a little spot in the country where I spend all of my time. When the sun goes down on this itty-bitty town, we can light up the bowl and pass it around. I ain't got a dollar, but I don't need a dime. Now the rain could be pouring or the sun shining down, long as my old truck still fires on up and there's crops growing in the ground. We'll have to pick some muscadines right off the vine, get a little yeast and make a little wine, 'cause I ain't got a dollar, but I don't need a dime.
Do what? You want me to sign something, you said? We're going to be, it's only 600 of y'all here, so it's no problem. No, in all seriousness, we're going to, that's a good point, actually. Thanks for bringing that up. Hey, dude. We are actually, we're going to do a free meet and greet afterwards, so if y'all have anything you want. Yeah, we'll have, at the very end of the show, they're going to scurry me around the back, and I'll be up there by the door giving you a real sad face if you don't get anything. No, I'm just kidding. All the merch sales tonight go towards the charity, too, so it's not like we're making anything off of it. I wrote this song on sitting in traffic on 95 north of Willis Road exit. Well, son, do you know where you're gonna go? Well, boy, when you die. Well, I've been asked that 100,000 times. Oh, I wasn't sure, but I asked around, and I found most people die and go to hell before they ever hit the ground. 'Cause they wake up early and they still run late. Curse every man, woman, and child on the interstate. Oh, when you clock in till you clock out and you drag back home. Son, how you gonna find a paradise in the sky if you ain't found the one you're home? I wasn't born in West Virginia, but that's a damn sure where I'll die. You can put my ashes in the creek and let me float on by. All I need is an acre and a half on a church gravel road, a two-room shack in a wood-burning stove. I'll sit and watch that Tuck Fork flow till the day that the good Lord calls me home. I'm tired of waking up early and still running late. Lord, cursing every man, woman, and child on the interstate. Oh, when you clock in till you clock out and you drag back home. Son, how you gonna find a paradise in the sky if you ain't found the one you're home? Well, son, do you know where you're gonna go? Boy, when you die. So we're gonna try something we've never done before again. We got we're gonna all pile up on this one right here for a minute and see how that sounds. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's
celestial shore, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have grown, I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars have flown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, how happy and glad when we meet, I'll fly away. No more cold irons on my feet, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away. Yeah.
Any stories from overseas? I don't know. When we went overseas, they told us like everybody's going to be sitting and quiet, and they'll just applaud after every song, and don't take it personal. It's just the way it is. And the first place we played wasn't much bigger than this. It was in Stockholm, Sweden, and the microphones on stage were clipping from the audience screaming so loud before we ever even got on the stage. So all those shows were absolutely bananas. Like they were some of the most energetic and crazy shows we ever went to. And yes, well, everybody loved Caleb's socks for some reason. So there was this drunk guy that was standing like right down here in the corner, and he said, "Give me your socks, give me your socks." And so he ended up taking his socks, and he was like swinging around during the show. So. So I'd say out of all the songs on this album, this is the one that hits the hardest for me because it's the one that I guess I deal with the most. So, and still struggle with. I haven't had a drop of alcohol since August, but there's been a few times now I've gotten in a crutch and I've lit that old pipe up, and I'm not real proud of it. But I figure if I'm gotta fall on something, weed's probably the least troublesome thing I could fall on. But I'm still not proud of it. But.
Well, the life we've been given and the way we've been living, just a song that we write till we die. Some people write songs on living just right, but I write mine on just getting by. I'll go on the whim, start to writing a hymn that sounds so sweet. But the troubles and the sin of the world that we're in knocked me back off my feet. I gotta get sober, I gotta start living right. Oh, I don't know how it's gonna go, but it ain't gonna happen tonight. So pour 'em down strong till I drown. And if I wake up tomorrow when that sun comes back around, I'll be wishing I was sober. Well, the liquor and the bowl, they've been numbing my soul from the pain that the world's put on me. But I know that upstairs there's an old man who cares, and one day, well, he'll set me free. And I'll go on a whim, start to writing a hymn that sounds so sweet. But the troubles and the sin of the world that we're in knocked me back off my feet. I gotta get sober, I gotta start living right. Oh, I don't know how it's gonna go, but it ain't gonna happen tonight. So pour 'em down strong till I drown. And if I wake up tomorrow when that sun comes back around, I'll be wishing I was sober. Well, the life we've been given and the way we've been living, just a song that we write till we die.
Not everyone. If there's anyone from the Clinton administration here, I'm just kidding. Hey, I can finally sing this song and everybody knows what I'm talking about, because everywhere we go, I'm like, well, you know, I know y'all aren't from Virginia, but this song's about home, and I got to give this whole explanation. So here we can just play the song and y'all get it. I've been picking on the same back porch since I was just a boy with a dream. But Daddy had a cab, 80 horse, down in the field running backer and beans.
preacher talk about heaven, son, it sure sounds nice. At least I can tell them that I had me a slice. Nobody singing songs about Virginia, but sweet Virginia's always a singing to me. Down some old back road where the green grass grows, on down in the hill where the folks on horseback rode. Lordy, I tell the youngin' when I grow old what the old told me. Son, they don't ever sing songs about Virginia, but Virginia, she's always a singing to me. Well, I got a lighter, I got a bowl, I know a spot where the law don't go. We could smoke something my daddy never grew back in his day. Down some old back road where the green grass grows, on down in the hill where the folks on horseback rode. Lordy, I tell the youngin' when I grow old what the old told me. Son, they don't ever sing songs about Virginia, but Virginia, she's always a singing to me.
A balloon, that's good, yeah. No, I'll get it eventually. Origami? Yeah, we could just start doing balloon animals and magic tricks and everything up here. I'd say by the time we get to the farewell tour, I'll have this all figured out. You want to do another all-acoustic one? The whole crew? Probably not 90. I don't know. I'll think about. We'll do another one before the end of it. I don't know what song to do off the top of my head. Actually, you know what? I do know one song when we get closer to the end that we could probably do acoustic and all sing together, but we'll get there. Like I said, they pay me by the hour, so we'll just get there when we get there. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so he's talking about when we did the Blue Ridge Rock Festival was like one of the first things I agreed to do. And after like the first day, something happened and all the employees walked off, and so they had to shut the whole concert down. And so I was there with Shinedown and Papa Roach, and we found this like pavilion maybe about the size of the stage or a little smaller, and we did the full acoustic set for like, I don't know, 1,000 people or something. And we were just trying to do something to keep them from burning that place to the ground because everybody there was pretty pissed off. So back when I first met my wife, she was living in Burkeville, and she was living with her dad, and I dropped out of high school, and I had this crummy job that made minimum wage, and neither one of us had a whole lot of nothing. And so when we first started dating, I'd pick her up, and we'd drive to the lake or back in the woods somewhere or Walmart and I had a 97 K2500 Suburban that I still have. And so anyway, well, we got 3 beautiful kids now, so I'll just let you figure out the rest of that story.
Like a 90-some Chevy, she rides just right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350's when she's running up to kiss me. When I get home, it's been a hard day. I tell you, darling, it's been a long week. Might have to load up the dogs, go listen to the frogs croaking down in the creek. We can take her nice and slow, a case of beer and a Zemco. Let the sun sink good and low. There ain't no telling where we'll go in the back of that 90-some Chevy. In the back of that 90-some Chevy. She's hotter than hell, I'm higher than gas. She's sweeter than honey, I'm poor white trash. She ain't had a check that I couldn't cash. I guess that she's my Carter, that I'm her cash. I've been sitting around drinking on it. I guess I'm gonna have to get me a ring and get it on it. 'Cause that old darling of mine's like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350's when she's running up to kiss me. When I get home, it's been a hard day. I tell you, darling, it's been a long week. Might have to load up the dogs, go listen to the frogs croaking down in the creek. We can take her nice and slow, a case of beer and a Zemco. Let the sun sink good and low. There ain't no telling where we'll go in the back of that 90-some Chevy. In the back of that 90-some Chevy. That old darling of mine's like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on.
Hey, y'all are on the clock. You're back there sleeping on the job.
They have an excellent boss.
Oh yeah, I am working on my Ford song. It's about it's about sitting on the side of 460. I'm just kidding. Waiting on Browder's Towing to show up. No, I actually am buying my old, my very first farm truck I had. I posted on Instagram or something and was asking if anybody had seen it because it's got some decals on the side and all, and it showed up in Mississippi, so I'm actually buying it next week or week after next, bringing it back home. So y'all will be seeing me on the side of the road any day now. As Jesus was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately. "Tell us," they said, "when will this happen? And what will be the sign of your coming and the end of the age?" Jesus answered, "Watch out that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of birth pains. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. So if anyone tells you, 'There he is, out in the wilderness,' do not go. Or 'Here he is in the inner rooms,' do not believe it. For as lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west, so will be the coming of the Son of Man." Hang on, we got some technical difficulties up here real quick.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, well, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more, and I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord, take me home. I wanna go home. been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way. Well, cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home. Four generations farming the ground. Grandson sells it to a man out of town. And 2 weeks later, the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. And I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way. Cussing myself every damn day. Well, people have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home. If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
So this is my grandpa's favorite. So he used to play this. He used to sing this all the time when I was a kid. So like 15 minutes before we had to go out on stage at the Opry, I was already sweating bullets. Jamie Johnson's like, "Hey, we ought to do a gospel song together." And I was like, so we had zero rehearsal on this, and we ended up singing it at the Opry, and it went all right. So if I can do it at the Opry, I figure I can probably do it at the Beacon, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the Beacon over the Opry any day of the week, for sure.
Well, I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is is so sweet that the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
We can try one more without a microphone. I've been playing this song in a different key a lot because I think it's a little easier to do, but I'll go back to the original key and I'll just belt it out. It might sound like crap, but hey, we already got your $35, so no, I'm just kidding.
that old mill humming. The only time traffic backs up is when that old sweet Norfolk Southern train's humming. With me and the dog, all gone in. Just me and the dog, all gone in. Well, my head's been hurting, my back's been aching, the water's drying up, there's a war in the making. People eating bugs 'cause they won't eat bacon. Dog, on it.
See y'all later. Man, I can't think of any other songs that y'all might know. I guess we'll just call it good there. No, I'm just kidding. There's got to be at least one more. There's at least one more song I've written that y'all might know the words to. I don't know. Oh yeah, we still got time. You know, Beyonce's thing just came out. We could try Beyonce. We can at the end. I was going to go ahead and do the one. This song is dedicated to all the spineless freaks that we've somehow elected into office up in Washington, D.C. The people who we elect with the idea that they're supposed to take our voice and represent us in another place, and instead they go there and just do everything they can to silence our voice. And I gotta say, it was such a reassuring feeling when the song broke the way it did. And there was at least one day where it was the most played song in the world. And that's, I guess, if there's any story about going to Europe or Australia or anywhere else that we've been, is that like everybody's dealing with the same shit. They're dealing with terrible, greedy people who have no moral compass, trying to suck whatever liberty, life, and peace and prosperity that people have away out of greed is what it is. It all comes down to greed. And greed and sin. And so anyway.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gonna do. People like me, people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. We're living in the new world. Control, wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich man, north the rich man. Wish politicians would look out for minors and not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. By God, if you're 5 foot, 300 pounds, bikes a foot drown, young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. We're living in a new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, 'cause a rich man north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
Well, hey, we still got time for one more. This has been such an awesome time, by the way. Thank you. We've had so much fun up here. All right, so this will be the last one we do this evening. This is Mama's Been Hurtin'. It's on the album that came out today. So, if I have any voice left at all after belting all that crap, but we'll see what happens.
Mama's been hurting, 'cause Daddy's been down. Ain't nobody been working since the mill left town. And they got 2 youngins not 10 years old, with $200 left in his billfold. And a week's worth of groceries is the price of gold when your whole damn country's been bought and sold. But whenever there's been hard times, it's always made hard, folks. Well, who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote? I'd love to live to be an old man, but God, you can take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of thee I sing, I've been flying low in my troubled mind. I get to digging me a hole my soul can't climb, 'cause it's the end of the world and nobody knows, as they all just stare at the trash on their phones, in a land that's littered with many men's bones who died fighting for somewhere they could call home. But whenever there's been hard times, it's always made hard folks who could get her to the other side and not let it be all she wrote. I'd love to live to be an old man, but God, please take me a young one. Just don't let the land I love die so young. Of the eyes sing, Mama's been hurting 'cause Daddy's been down.
I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the fastest sellout ever at the Beacon. You guys rock. And most importantly, thank you for making a difference in the community. We also did a live stream, so the money from the tickets here and the live stream they're going to help get a shelter in place for the homeless so they can help facilitate all that a little better without the city bugging them. If you guys want a picture or anything signed, I'm going to loop around and I'll be up front. Somehow we'll get a line set up, but I'll stay here as late as y'all are willing to stay. I'll meet every one of you if possible, so.